Earlier today, I did something that I had no intention of doing, and that's that I actually opened up my high school yearbook and looked at everybody in there to make sure I didn't forget anybody and try to check in using the internet to see how everybody's doing now and what they're up to. And not so much, I guess, the Instagram platforms or something like that to see where they took their most recent vacations, but more so their LinkedIn and just consulting memory on where they were actually going to. And one of the things that really surprised me was actually looking at them and thinking about how I feel about myself and how I feel about being behind in life. To a number of you, that may feel goofy, but I feel like with how the internet's existing nowadays, there's probably more and more people that feel like they're behind in life, no matter the type of content they're consuming on the internet. Because almost all of it pushes you towards that belief in some sense, even if it's positive. Even if you're watching positive content, it could be something like, wow, this person's so inspirational, but they have so many more views than I ever could have. It's something like that, if you want to keep it associated to content creation in general. But the thing with looking back at the yearbook and actually going through that is it made me realize I have a small enough high school that I could actually go through and look at everybody in my high school. Maybe if you want to try to repeat the same thing, you just do it with the people whose names you remember. You remember their names enough to see. And that would probably be a good enough sample size because I'm assuming you would know if your school was larger than mine, you still would probably at least know the name of like 40 people that went to school with you. And then you can actually look and see, are they further ahead than I am? And the funny thing is that even though there will be some people that are further ahead than you, I would say it was only like 12.5% to me, maybe. And roughly speaking, I thought it would be more than that just because I feel behind for where I am. But even when I looked at those 12.5%, the amazing thing was that I realized, oh, even though they're ahead of me, I don't want to be them, nor would I want to take over their circumstances. I still want to be me. And I hope if you go through the exercise, you can find the same thing. But the next thing I realized is that even if there is one person in that group that stands out in a way that makes you want to be more like them, unlike me who said there's no one that I really want to be like in my group, I want to be me. If there is one person that you would like to be like, well, boy, oh boy, isn't that a great resource to you to be able to say, hey, what do you know? What are you doing differently than I'm not? And possibly be a great resource for something so simple. I think the last thing I want to talk about really is just the idea that I am 23. And somehow, because this is the internet, there's going to be a ton of you that are like, you're only 23, you have so much life ahead of you. You are correct. I can acknowledge that and simultaneously say that it doesn't get rid of a feeling of being behind. Because almost everybody knows how that feeling feels now. And even crazier, there's going to be some other people, because I've already had it in my comment section before, that are going to call me Unk, which is just egregious to call a 23-year-old their uncle when, it's not actually true. Especially just like, oh, hey, old man. But all that to say, I'm assuming that this is becoming more and more popular for everybody, regardless of their age. And I just wanted to provide another perspective on maybe how you can try to shift your own mindset and actually make it so that you realize you're not as far behind. You do have the opportunity to do what you want in life. You don't have to worry about it being too late. So, thanks for watching.